Hello and welcome to the video. Today I will be discussing the reasons why I've purchased the Omega Seamaster Diver 300M as my first luxury timepiece. So I do appreciate that there are much more expensive watches out there. However, to me this is considered to be a luxury watch. I'm a regular watch enthusiast and this is a watch that fell within my budget. So before I get started, I've just taken it out of my watch roll. So this is a watch roll that was manufactured by Wolf. So you can see the Wolf logo just imprinted on the inside there. So it's a genuine leather watch roll with a suede inside to it. So this is a watch roll that I use when I go traveling, and I just need to take one watch with me. And I've just taken the watch out of this. Next is my Pelican watch box. So this is manufactured by Pelican and it's the Peli 1060 micro case. So this is a watch box. Well, it's not particularly made for watches, but it can be used to store various items in. Essentially it's a hard exterior shell with a foam insert on the inside. So on the inside is these cubed sections of foam, and what I've done is I've used a knife to cut out these watch cushions. So your watch attaches to the cushion and then can be inserted into the box like so. So this fits my needs perfectly when I'm traveling and I need up to 3 watches with me. It's incredibly sturdy and it will definitely keep your watches safe. I believe it's also waterproof or water resistant. Once it's closed, it's got this rubber seal around the outside. So a great rugged and sturdy watch case for you. You know, whether you're traveling or keeping them at home, I do recommend it. So what I'll do is I'll put some links in the description for both of these items. I just thought I'd show these to you viewers, just in case anyone's looking for a way to store their watch in. So let's move on to the reasons why I've decided to buy this as my first luxury timepiece. So this is a question that I've asked myself in the past before I made the purchase, and I just wanted to make this video to help any viewers who may be asking the same question or may need some advice as to what watch they should purchase. And so the first reason is brand and brand recognition. So Omega is one of the most well-known watch brands in the world, and it's got incredible brand history and brand recognition. So it's a brand that started in 1848 by Louis Brand, and when he died in 1879, his 2 sons took the company forward, and since then there's been various achievements made by the company. To start with, in 1932 they had a partnership with the Olympic Games. So they were the single timekeeper of the Olympic Games at the time, which is an incredible achievement. And also they were, they represented the Olympic Games in over 20 games as the official timekeeper. So Omega also made history in 1962. So Wally Schirra wore an Omega Speedmaster to the moon, which was the first Omega that went to the moon during the Mercury Sigma mission. And that is again a fantastic space achievement that the brand has achieved. And not to forget, in the 1990s this was the official James watch, so the Seamaster. Pierce Brosnan wore the Seamaster in GoldenEye, and so it's just that incredible brand history and brand recognition that Omega has, whether it's in sports, space or pop culture. This is an important brand in the watch world. So my next reason why I purchased this watch is the design and versatility of the watch. So I'm a person who always wears a watch, whether I'm at the gym or doing DIY, whether I'm at work, etc. I've always got a watch, and my watch is not extensive. I've got 6 watches at present, but that does chop and change from time to time, and I wanted a watch which is quite versatile in various scenarios. Now, I don't wear this watch when I go to the gym or when I'm doing DIY. I'll be wearing my G-Shock. However, I wanted a watch which was rugged and sturdy and able to withstand general wear and tear, and also be rugged just in case I needed it to. So I wanted a watch which is quite elegant, and something that I could use when I'm going out, which I could be using as a dressy watch, which this definitely is. So this is a design which is very pleasing to me. This is the version that celebrates 25 years of the Omega Seamaster. So the Omega Seamaster was introduced in 1993. And this particular version released last year during Baselworld 2018 celebrates 25 years of the Omega Seamaster 300M. So the Seamaster the Seamaster history does date back all the way to 1948. However, the Seamaster 300M, which this is, dates back to 1993. So basically, in this new version, which celebrates its 25th sort of birthday, is a full makeover inside and out. So there are various improvements, which leads me on to the next reason. So the next reason why I've decided to purchase this watch is the features that come with it. So essentially, this watch is up there in comparison to the Rolex Submariner, which is essentially, in many people's eyes, the benchmark diver's watch, which many people do compare this to. And when it comes to features, this is absolutely up there, and it definitely does hold its own in comparison to the Rolex Submariner. So the main change compared to the previous iteration is the in-house movement. So it's now got an Omega Caliber 800. It's also certified to COSC and METAS. It's got a 55-hour power reserve, and it's got updates to the helium escape valve, to the bracelet, and also the hands. So another change is the display back, which I was undecided on initially. However, it's definitely not a negative in my opinion. I did really like the seahorse design on the previous iteration of the watch, but I do like the display back of this version. So the in-house movement was another main reason why I've decided to purchase this watch. To me, it just displays the level and quality of the watch. So in the past, Omega has always been sort of regarded, not quite as good as Rolex, primarily because it did not have an in-house movement. So it used to have a ETA movement, or a slightly revised ETA movement, and they've now taken the leap to create their own in-house movement, which is just a step forward compared to its history. Another one of the changes compared to the previous iteration is the bracelet. It's now flatter and slightly thicker. It's got a wonderful diver's extension, and the solid end links have been redesigned to integrate with the case. So the upgrades and the features of this watch are now at that next level. So it's now comparable with the Rolex Submariner, and in my eyes even better than the Rolex Submariner in terms of features. But with the Rolex, you are getting that that brand prestige. So the final reason I want to discuss is the price. So this watch cost me £3,600 in the UK, which is about 4,800 US dollars in today's exchange rate. And for the money, you're getting a lot of watch. So you're getting everything that I've discussed in this video. You're getting the brand recognition, the brand history, and essentially you're buying into the experience and the specialism of Omega when you're buying an Omega watch. So it's all of the achievements that they've had throughout history in sports, space and pop culture, which you're buying into when you're buying this watch. And for the price, it cannot be beaten. So for £3,600 in that price range, in my opinion, there is no better watch. So in the past, there were some alternatives. So before I bought this watch, there were some alternatives that I did think about. The alternatives were the Oris Aquis and also the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, the automatic version. And to me, it was worth saving up that little bit more money to buy an Omega. And the reason why is, although Oris and Tag Heuer are fantastic brands, they're just not quite up there in terms of brand recognition and history, in my opinion. And the Omega is just the next level. So the Oris Aquis and also the Tag Heuer use outsourced movements from ETA, and with this watch you're getting the in-house movement, which in my opinion is just that next level. So it's the quality, the features that it packs, the design, and also for the price point, I just felt that this watch was worth paying that little bit extra for. So those are the reasons why I've decided to go with this watch. And so that these were some of the questions that I did ask myself before I took the plunge and purchased it, and I do hope that it's helpful. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.